No, we better do an intro. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the show. My name's EJ. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's time to get back into the MSQ. Kind of ran into a roadblock. Not a major roadblock, mind you. So let's dig in. Let's pull this just a little bit larger so y'all can see. So, in the level 40, to complete the level 40 recipes for Goldsmith and going forward, you need Basilisk Whetstones. Scroll back down. So Basilisk Whetstones, as you can see, take Basilisk eggs, and while that is a hard word to say when you're missing some teeth, take care of your teeth. Brush and floss. It makes a difference. Too late for me. Save yourself. But basilisk eggs come in basically one place, and that's Blue Fog. It's the area in northern Finland. But here's the issue. Basilisks are like level 49. Now there's a couple other ones that drop it. The Butcher Basilisks from one of the Fates, or a Leave Quest, and then you have a Fate there in the Quicksand Basilisk. Well, Quicksand Basilisk I might be able to find over by Black Brush, but level 38. So kind of at a blocker for collecting something I need. And then we won't even get into the fishing. But other than that, you can see I've completed the carpentry, completed the smithing, completed the armory. Almost complete with the leatherworking. We can finish that day. I did have to go buy the blue foxhide. That's again the same thing. It is blue foxhide's only attainable through treasure hunting, and ventures, retainer ventures, which means you can't get it through normal gameplay. Can't get it through normal gameplay. I'm okay with purchasing it off the. I'm also missing the vintage smithy gloves, and if you were watching the unfortunately, I should have grabbed them before I came in. Clothcraft, I've got a ways to go. Need to go collect more flax to make more linen. You know how it goes. Alchemy, let's not talk about alchemy. Same with the cooking. Alchemy and cooking, not too worried about. They're not equipment, so I'm not necessarily counting them as part of the challenge, although I am going to get them filled out eventually. We've got a ways to go yet. We are still in ARR, and it's freaking 90 degrees up here. I have a window AC. It is trying its best, but it's also 100 degrees out at 6 in the evening. So if I cut it short tonight, I am sipping on some nice water, just plain old water. Cheers. That is good. No, I'm not doing the Ep27 voice. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, but to make an incredibly long story just a tad bit shorter, excuse me for just a second. Ooh. I need... So, I'm on... There's a blood pressure medication called lisinopril that my doctor put me on. I'm 42. I'm going to have blood pressure problems. I'm 42, 6'1", 6'2", 300 plus pounds. I'm lucky blood pressure problems are the only thing I have to take medicine for. Which isn't quite true. I do take medicine for acid reflux, but that's an entirely different thing. That's diet, not health. Why am I telling you this? Well, because I need to take a second to turn on my lights. My studio lights are on either side of me. One of these days, I'll take my cell phone and take a small camera. We can actually see how my setup is, but not today because, well, there's some bags that need to go to the local Goodwill store. Not actual Goodwill, but twice as nice style store. Anyway, Deej, come on. What are we doing? We're talking to Marcus. Marcus, you're level 35 quest. We're level 40. We can do it. Excuse me, Red. If you have a moment, it concerns this broken horloge which was found in the pocket of a man brought here for burial. There's something familiar about it, but just what I cannot say. Perhaps if I tinker with the device, it will come to me. However, I lack the proper tools to do so. I would ask that you journey to Camp Drybone in my stead to obtain a ballpoint chisel and a pair of needle-nose pliers. They're often used by goldsmiths, so perhaps they would be the best people to ask. Of course, I do not expect you to fit the bill. Here, take this coin purse. That should cover it. Okay. Back into town. Hello, traveling goldsmith. A ballpoint chisel, you say? A pair of needle-nose pliers? Those things don't come cheap. Balls. I mean, yes, that should be sufficient payment. Nice doing business. Yum. As you can probably guess, I am wearing the latest from Red Green. The garnet earrings. Let's repair everything real quick. Plenty of grade 5 dark materia, whatever it is. Repair rocks. They're repair rocks. Have you brought the tools I request? Unlike sharpener's chisels, which have flat heads, the ballpoint chisel has a pointed one, and it is used by expert goldsmiths to perforate small metals. This tool is often employed by goldsmiths or clockwork engineers to seize and manipulate minuscule pieces of wire. Something occurs to me. Please wait here for a moment. It was for naught. Though I repaired the device easily, this sensation stirred within me remains a mystery. How did I do it? These hands. My hands. They moved with a mind of their own. deftly manipulating the clockwork mechanisms. There was no doubt or uncertainty. I knew exactly what to do, as though I had performed the same motion countless times before. Pardon me, Red. This was a mistake. Please, give the horloge to Sister Elened. The man who once owned it is currently in her care. I think it best that it be returned to her. Orlog? Elened. Good day to you, madam. Have you come to pay your respects to this man? By some manner of clockwork wizardry, this strange contraption can precisely measure and follow the 24 bells in the single turn of a sun. Never before have I seen such a queer device. You say that it measures the passing of time? Mayhap they are more common in Garlemald. I'm given to understand that cities are filled with all manner of amazing technologies. Marcus said that it belonged to the deceased? Dear, you don't suppose that the owner might have been a Garlean spy? It may behoove us to notify the authorities in Camp Drybone. But mayhap more importantly, how did Marcus manage to repair the device? I knew he had a talent for the trades, but this goes far beyond mending fences and thatching roofs. It's which contains a heavy steel lance. I recognize you now, Red. Allow me to express my deepest condolences for those who lost their lives in the attack. I apologize if discussing this upsets you, but you should know that the bodies of your comrades are presently being removed from the Waking Sands and prepared for transport here. If you wish to leave the works to others, I understand, but taking part might help you to find closure. Or not all. And if you were curious, that Phil happened to be someone commenting on my name and getting the reference. And if you're not familiar with the reference, Red Green is a old Canadian comedian, of which I am neither Canadian nor comedian, but or rather, it is a persona of a Canadian comedian, much like Larry the Cable Guy, only awful. And Red Green had a faux Candyman show in the vein of This Old House. And well, it ran for, and I can't remember the name of it for the life of me off the top of my head, but his tagline was, if the women don't find you handsome, at least they should find you handy. And well, yes, that is the tie-in. That is why I chose this name for the run. We're challenging ourselves to make everything because we're going to be handy. We're going to craft our way through the main story quest and do every bit of crafting we can, which reminds me, I do need to start the Ixel quest as well. If for no other reason than to knock them out. I am taking a little detour. There's a reason I'm running instead of teleporting over to Horizon, and that is there is not a reason I'm not riding my Chocobo. Somewhere around here should be some baskets. Okay. There's a level 38. One of the wikis says that there's a level 38 basilisk running around these parts that I have not seen. So. Unfortunately, these pasties don't beat us one day. Probably not. I dropped a lot of words there, didn't I? I skipped a lot of words. It's too bad that those pasties, or just paste, or pasties, I'm not sure. One day I'll look it up. No, I probably won't. I do apologize. My brain does that sometimes. Just kind of when I'm trying to keep a pattern up like this. Sometimes brain skip words. And that song is entirely too cheery. Magic. You don't look like one of the church fellows. Not that would turn you away, no sir. As you can see, we got a pile of unidentified bodies over yonder. No one's come to claim them, so off to the witch yard they go. Be thankful you didn't have to go inside and see the carnage for yourself. There's the stuff with nightmares, I tell you. God, stand curious. I don't know what quarrel they have with these folks, but I sure as hell don't want to know. The sooner we put this behind us, the better. But you not see you around here before? You just have one of them faces. No. Anyway, there's a carriage come to haul the bodies up to the lift yard out by the east gate. There's only 8 left to load up, but seeing as I'm exhausted from carrying all the others, I have a mind to leave the remainder to you. Might want to cover your nose while you are. Some of these folks are starting to turn. odd mask. The student of Baldessian. And one of the gate guards. What happened to the big fella? Forget it. Just bring the next batch and toss him in the back. Ain't like to complain if you're rough. How you were able to fit this stiff sound of the Seventh Dawn corpse in your bag is a mystery best left unsolved. Well, ain't you a strong one? 4 in 1 trip. I reckon there's no need for me to lend you a hand with the rest of it. Bedding man. Bedding gladiator. Another scion. Another student of Baldessian. So peaceful expression belies the fact she no longer says. That should be all of them. To the hell. Reckon it won't take too long to deliver all the forces to the lift yard. Even so, you might want to hurry back and tell them our work's done. I will do that. By teleporting to Camp. You're probably right. That should be a little better. Oh my. Yeah, always fun having to fix hardware problems, so I do apologize if the music was a little bit louder than my speaking. We'll cut BGM to 75, that should do it. And I will move a tad bit closer. I see you decided to heed my advice. I pray that in doing so, you found some small measure of peace. The first carriage from Vesper Bay arrived not long ago, and we have begun preparing your comrades for burial. I had a hand in the initial rites, and I would like you to know that for many, death came quickly. Rest assured that we will treat them with the utmost respect, and do everything we can to shepherd them to Thal's realm. Sister Elened wishes to discuss one of the scions who perished at the Waking Sands. Although we can perform rites for most of the scions, there is one whom we cannot accept. We would like you to return this one to her people, the sylphs of Little Solace. It is only proper that she be given into the care of her friends and family, so that they may mourn her in accordance with sylphic traditions. You know what, that's fair. And yes, I could just teleport to the Hawthorne Hut. It'd be a lot quicker. Actually, yeah. No need to, I have the money to fast travel, I might as well do it, so. Ooh. Tension. I do enjoy good tension of in the weather. Especially with this music. Oh. Wait, doesn't tension mean that it's probably tension? I think that means it's a good thing I teleported instead of tried to run through the place where Odin spawns. This one is surprised to see Walking One in Little Solace. How can these ones assist Walking One? Neuraxia, but this one does not understand. Comexio, this one has heard much wailing. This one would know what has caused such distress. Terrible news, Elder One. Awful news. Walking One has returned to Little Solace. But why? These ones have not requested further aid. Neuraxia, how did this happen? Explain everything to this one at once. So, not only Neuraxia, but many of Walking One's friends were lost as well. Neuraxia went to Thanalan at the behest of this one. Walking One was with Neuraxia at the end. Tell this one that Neuraxia was brave. Tell this one that Neuraxia did not suffer. This one is glad to hear Walking One's words. Thank you for bringing Neuraxia home, Walking One. These ones also wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones these ones will remember this kindness. This one demands vengeance. Imperial Ones must pay. Imperial Ones must suffer. When the time comes for Walking Ones to face Imperial Ones, do not forget these ones. These ones would not have Neuraxia's death be for naught. These ones will fight. And they, teleport back. Oh my. Sometimes, just sometimes, I need to be careful when I play this game with a rather intense story. Especially if I'm going to try and voice act it as, if you can call that what I do voice acting. I wouldn't. If I'm reading it aloud, we'll go. I'll cop to reading it aloud. We thank you for your service to the church and to the sylphs. You may be pleased to know that in your absence, we interred the remaining scions in the lich yard. Perhaps you still wish to do more for your friends. If so, I would remind you that you have already done so much on their behalf. Please, take a rest. Set aside your burdens for now, Red. Have some gold. Okay, yeah, that's not my joke. And I apologize for stealing it, but it's still funny to me. Marcus! Find a camera angle, Marcus. Find a place to stand that's not hidden by rafters. I'm not imagining it, Red. I know I'm being watched. This is different, sinister. If it is, it is if... It is as if I am under observation. The feeling comes and goes, but I felt it when I last ventured outside. Yes, I know I felt it. Would you look outside for me? Please, it will only take a moment. I can do that for you. It's dark, it's scary. It is beautiful out. But alright, there we go. Can I get back up there? No. I'm not in the mood to Skyrim it tonight. You're right, Marcus. You were being watched. You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Yes, the gods. I knew it. He was watching me. But why was he watching? What did he want with the motorcycle that's driving past? Did he perhaps know something of my past? If only I could have asked him. I need to think. Please, allow me a moment alone. Wait. Father Iliad must hear of this. Will you tell him for me? It's important. I think others may come for me again. Heavens defend that such a thing should happen on holy ground. Do you have any idea who this man was? Did you notice anything distinctive about him, his garb, or his possessions? The standard issue blade for all Garlean infantry. This is Garlean steel, which means the man who was watching Marcus was... Make haste to Camp Drybone at once. We must summon the immortal flames before more Imperials come. Take this silver. It'll help you.
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate. At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn. And to that end, I have come in search of a legend. The greatest engineer of our time, Master Sid Garland. I have come for you.
I fear you are mistaken, child. he is but a poor soul who bore witness to the horrors at Cartano. I beg of you, leave us in peace.
Wait,
Hear me, Cid. Eorzea needs you.
It doesn't work like that. There was a perfectly good bench sitting right there.
Cid, was it? Here.
And yet you
These
set it on the floor.
belong to you.
You set them on the floor. There was a perfectly good bench right there.
I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right. Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life. But it is time for you to help those who truly need you.
who are you?
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. As a scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did. 'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands. Word has already spread across Eorzea. The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the calamity, the three city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the Scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Kurthus as we speak. Her appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldessian colleagues believe she surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength. Yet, therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Cid.
I have an airship?
Yes, Cid, you do. Your very own airship. It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the calamity, so let us begin our search there.
An airship? My airship? Oh, wait.
Come, let us put an end to the primals. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
They need my airship. They need me.
They need me. Now let's see. He was a bit of an old, not Irish, but a little bit of roll on the R. What a curious twist of fate that Master Sid Garland would at last be found within our church. No, can't do it. It defies imagination. Beg your pardon, Red. You wish to find his airship, yes? I know not how much truth there is to it, but there is a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of the calamity, much like the Great Boo-Boo Wall of Ulda. It states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania toward Kurthus. If true, the airship would have passed through the North Shroud, likely over Fallgold Float, the closest settlement to Kurthus. Mayhap the Serpent stationed there have records of the events that transpired that day. I had hoped you might rest from your journeys for a time, but I see that the world still has need of you and the Scions. Pray look after yourself and Sid, Red. Okay, yes. Once I heard it, I couldn't not try it, and there's a reason that I'm a secretary, not a voice actor. Okay, Fallgold Float. Guard station. No, guard station. Is there aught I can assist you with this? The Enterprise. You speak of Master Garland's ship, yes? I needn't refer to the records. I know that the airship was sighted overhead 5 years ago, clearly bound for Kurthus. What became of it after that, I cannot say. If you wish to know more, pray speak with Vortifort at Florentel Spire. He was on duty that day and saw it with his own eyes. I'm unsure what it is you hope to accomplish, though. Even should you locate the ship, would you not need a man of Master Garland's caliber to fly it? I hear tell that the machinery is fiendishly complex. Ah, so there is the, from a storytelling standpoint, there is the exposition of why we need Sid, why we can't do it ourselves and going the wrong way. Got to talking, stopped thinking, went the wrong way. But yeah, that makes sense. We had to find Sid before we went for the airship because the airship, we couldn't do anything with it. Couldn't fly it because it's too complex for a plebeian soul like me. Nope, nothing. Darn. You've come in search of Vortifor? Then well met, for you found him. Indeed, I have served as a whaler for many years, since before the great snows came to Kurthus. What exactly is this about? Ah, the final flight of the Enterprise. I do indeed remember that day. was on the eve of the Battle of Cartano, nigh on 5 years ago. I held the spire alone that night, while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy in the field. Then, all of a sudden, the most fantastic airship I'd ever seen splits the sky ahead. I could only watch in shock as it disappeared over the mountains to the northwest. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed during the calamity, I'd wager it's still somewhere in Kurthus. The astrologians at the observatorium may have records which could help, but to obtain them you would need to deal with the Ishgardians who control the region. I wouldn't expect much, though. The high houses have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. When Dalma descended, they took shelter behind their gates, and even now they have little regard for the plights of other nations. Nevertheless, they may deign to assist you should you prove yourself useful. Consider providing your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium. Though they may refuse you at first, I've little doubt they would accept aid freely offered. You would be surprised. And I'm sorry, there's snow on the ground. Time to attach a... Can't attach a gun. Time to play it up here. Sanctuary! Hello? And once again, being a Dragoon, I could have just teleported up to Camp Dragonhead and ran the other way. But that just seems like a bother. Okay. Quick, put that in there. Put these in there. And now that I'm in a sanctuary, I'm not in a sanctuary. Never mind. Excuse me. Can you repeat that? You wish to offer your services to House Durandar. And what, pray tell, do you wish to receive in exchange? How absurd. As if we would permit an outsider to peruse the records of the observatorium. Do not mistake our courtesy for friendliness. The Holy See of Ishgard may allow foreigners to travel freely within these lands, but we do not intend to offer succor to strangers. Level up. Hello, you have Mercy. Are you still here? You may take shelter within our walls if you insist, but do not distract me while I'm on duty. We're stretched thin as it is. And where the hell is the knight that I sent out on patrol? He should have returned ages ago. Perhaps I have a use for you after all. If you still wish to aid us, search the wilds to the west for my missing man. You will know him by his uniform, that of House Durandar, as is mine. Yes, yes, off I go, off I go. I don't know which is worse, the clink, 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 clink of the chainmail or the squeak of the leather armor from earlier. Hello. I was too fast. the ones that for you, miss, I reckon they would have finished me off. Despicable, dragon-loving bastards. Death was a mercy they didn't deserve. I prayed the rumors were mistaken, but this confirms the truth. I must immediately inform my supervisors that the heretics are operating within this region. Fare thee well, friend. Let me get out of the... Can I attack you? Okay. Let me do something real quick. That way, when I do stuff like that, silly stuff like that, they'll know it. I must say, I didn't actually expect you to find my net, much less rescue him. I see it may have been premature in my judgment, miss. We are a proud people, beholden to tradition. But that does not mean we are without humility. I shall instruct the astrologians to entertain your request. However, understand that it is ultimately their decision whether or not you may peruse their records. Pray, proceed to the observatorium and introduce yourself to Edmel. Edmele? Ah, the lady? Come in search of the airship. This is highly unorthodox. Whatever could Sir Ludovoy be thinking? It is true that we maintain meticulous records which stretch back generations. However, because this information is used to chart Ruvanian activity, access is strictly controlled. One can never be too careful with heretics and their sympathizers lurking about. If you would persist with your inquiries, pray seek an audience with Chief Astrologian Forlamore up ahead. Up we go! No, absolutely not. You any inkling what it is you ask? Were our records to fall into the wrong hands, it could change the course of a war which has raged for generations. I speak not of some mere spat between southern nations. Ours is a holy crusade. We are the arbiters of Heloni's will. I will not put our great nation at risk. Certainly not to help a foreigner locate a missing airship of all things. Pardon the intrusion, Forlamore. I wish to speak with you regarding the recent... Oh, I did not realize you had a guest. Inspector Guillaume, you honor us with your presence, sir. The lady was just leaving. Ah, you must be the one who rescued House Durander's knights from those heretics. Doubtless they feel indebted to you. I am told you seek an airship, last seen in Corthus 5 years ago. You come to us at an inconvenient time, I fear. Much has changed in the intervening years, and little for the better. While I wish you the best of luck in your search, I would also strongly advise caution. The snows can come quickly in Corthus. One moment you may feel as though you have a firm grasp on your surroundings, safe and secure in your knowledge, and the next you may find yourself in a wholly unfamiliar situation, blind to the dangers hidden by the blizzard. It would be wise for you to focus on a single landmark while traveling. Do not give in to temptation and deviate from your course. I was not aware you aided House Durandare in that fashion. Thank you, madam. Nevertheless, my decision stands. I cannot give you what you seek. You there, madam. I could not help but overhear your conversation with the chief astrologian. There may be a way I can assist you, but it would require that you perform for me a favor in exchange. An associate of mine has yet to return from his expedition to the Eclipse east of the observatorium. He was adamant that he could conduct his observations alone, despite the presence of Ixal in the vicinity. If you would seek out that astrologian and confirm that he is well, it would be a great comfort to me. I suppose I could do that. Let's take advantage of a mechanic. As long as you're not in combat, you can't die from fall damage. Now that does mean it will take me a moment to heal back up. That also means we can do this number while we run. Exali Wild Talon, hello. I've already been here, mate. What a relief it is to see someone other than a godsend birdsman. I thought I could finish my work while the Ixal were away, but they returned far quicker than I anticipated. It was all I could do to hide and hope they might leave alone again before I froze to... Wait, who are you? You're not one of our knights. A man of House Surinder cannot be seen in the company of an unbeliever. Good day, madam. Okay. Yeah. That tracks. But you're not gonna aggro me, are you? Okay, there we go. inventory somewhat sorted. Or slightly more sorted, at least. The arrogant fool returned not long before you arrived, muttering about the disgrace of having been rescued by an unbeliever. Serves him right for underestimating the dangers our knights face every day. But you are eager to locate your airship. It may surprise you that by saving him, you have already aided your own cause. House Durandare is quick to regard outsiders with suspicion, as it is their duty to sound their alarm at the first sign of Dravanian aggression. Yet you have already aided them twice, for which they are honor-bound to repay you. Even so, they will not grant you access to the observatorium's records. That is just as well, for there are other ways you might locate your missing airship. What I propose is that you petition Lord Portelaine for an official introduction to the other high houses. The ward of House Durandare carries tremendous weight in Ishgard. Should the captain consent, you would have little trouble obtaining information from the other high houses. Oof. I wanted to land in the pool. I don't think it would have done any good, but I wanted to land in the pool. You've caused quite a stir in your short time. First you slay 2 heretics and save a knight, and now I hear you've rescued a man of our house. I imagine you must desire something for your troubles. An introduction to the other high houses. I cannot deny that you have given us no cause to distrust you, but while you perform 2 acts, you would have me endorse you to 3 high houses. It's only fitting that you aid us one final time, wouldn't you agree? Now, I understand you are very eager to find your missing airship. Worry not. This task should take a woman of your skills but a moment to complete. Not long ago, a porter bound for Skyfire Locks was ambushed on the road due west of here. Though he escaped with his life, he would very much like his wares as well. On the off chance any portion of his shipment remains, I would have you travel to the scene of the robbery and bring back what you find. Lest you intend to perform only a cursory search, bear in mind that recovering the stolen merchandise will endear you to House Halinar, further improving your chances that they indulge your request for aid. Halinar. Durandare. Yes. By reading these aloud, I'm falling further behind the people that were even with me earlier. Here are some stolen wares. It says so. These are also stolen wares. Hello. Hello. Hehehehe. Stolen wares number 3 recovered. Have you good tidings to share? Or better yet, stolen merchandise to show? God bless ye, friend. It's all here, every Wait, that chest over there looks like it might have been pillaged. Bloody hells, that's the personal property of Lord Francel, too. Are you certain? Clearly an attempt was made to open it, but the lock appears to have held. Nevertheless, if you wish to verify the contents against your ship manifest, be my guest. Fury, take me. A draconian rosary in the possession of Lord Francel. Yet, perhaps this is not so difficult to fathom. House Halionov was whispered to be infested with heretics. Thank you for bringing this matter to my attention, miss. I shall inform the Inquisitors immediately. Under these circumstances, I must strongly advise against associating with House Halionov. Your other introductions will need to be postponed as well. It is the duty of every Ishgardian to root out and destroy heretics. All else must wait until this matter is resolved. Come closer, lass. Listen well. This is for your ears only. Lord Francel is no heretic. He's a good, righteous man, wholly dedicated to the cause. I know this because I served House Halionov for years prior to the calamity. You must go to Skyfire Locks and warn him of the coming storm. The Inquisitors are ruthless and will spare him no mercy. Speak to him of an Edelweiss. He will know you for a friend. Go. Okay. I'll be going now. Begging your pardon, Lord Portland. I shall go. Yep. Goodbye. Yes? You look as though you have something to say, do you? Is that an Edelweiss in your pocket, or are you happy to see me? I see Sir Karloff has not forgotten my mother's favorite flower. A pity it has not been seen in Corthus since the calamity. You may speak freely here, friend. That's absurd! I would sooner die than become a thrall of the dragons. Alas, it matters little what I say at this point. Although the Draconian rosary was not found in my possession, it will still be considered by many to be proof of my heresy. I must do my utmost to prove my innocence to the Inquisitors, for if they harbor even the slightest doubt, this will only add weight to the incessant accusations our house has suffered of late. It's as though the gods themselves are plotting our fall. You risk much by coming here. It is only proper that I recompense you for this deed. Tell me what you desire, and I shall do my best to provide. A missing airship. I see. It may require a prolonged effort to locate your quarry. I shall direct you to one in a better position to assist you. Lord Horsefront of Hospitem commands a garrison at Camp Dragonhead. Present him this letter of introduction, and he will surely be receptive to your needs. Whoa, hello. Turn to default scale, please. Thank you. Cobalt halberd is my next weapon. For that, I need a cobalt ingot. Where do I get a cobalt ingot? Where do I get cobalt ore? Ah, from somewhere I can't access yet. Or rather, it is wow, that train of thought just completely jumped the rails. Let me try that one more time. It's somewhere I don't have unlocked yet. Probably level 50 or at least a level 45 mining. So that's coming up very quickly. Do I want to start? No, actually I don't. So I'm doing it again, aren't I? Yes. Well, turns out my mind works faster than my mouth sometimes. But it is almost 8 in the evening, 9 for my folks on the East Coast. And it is past time to get a shower because holy crap, it's still 96 degrees at 8 o'clock at night. And not much cooler inside this house because I only have the window RC and it's turned off so I can stream at the moment. So, with that, I think we will call it here for the night. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate everyone, all of you who decided to peek in on me. So, what is the plan? Well, I think we're going to do this again tomorrow evening, about the same time, about 6:30. We'll go a little bit later, just because I don't have to wake up at too damn early o'clock to go to work, because Lord knows I'm not popular enough to make this my job. So, in between now and then, I'm going to go find some mine some lightning shards, see if I can't get myself enough cobalt or enough other stuff to make enough cobalt to what's a good, is cobalt the next? It is. So again, I'm getting ahead of myself. In the between times, I'm gonna try and farm up some cobalt, farm up some lightning shards, so I have enough of everything to get to my next set of weapons. Hopefully we'll get that done and we will meet. It'll also give me a chance to go watch some videos of Lord Hoshbom, so I can at least attempt to do justice to his voice. So between now and then, be good to each other. We will see you next time.